Welcome back to another episode of Flirting with Friendship. We have a dear new friend, but old kind of like hero, I would say. Influence and hero to both of us.
Yes.
Wow. Mr. Mark Bell, Shaboom, Blakkat, if anyone's familiar with the great music, and kind of one of the originators of Tech House.
Well, that's very kind
The
of
real
you,
one.
Yeah, the original version.
The good Tech House.
The early 90s.
Yeah.
Yes, I was definitely there for sure.
Yeah. So Mark and I, we met the other day at the Living Room, great studio here in LA. Also kind of a part of the Strataverse with Stratasonic, which we are a proud family member of.
Thankful for.
We are. Today's about giving thanks.
Yes.
And you work with you're working with Perry Farrell.
Indeed.
You guys came in for a studio kind of peruse, and the next thing we know, Perry was sitting on the couch cutting vocals, and we became friends.
Incredible, right?
Just that fast it happens.
And it was that, as real as that. We were checking the studio out, which is incredible, by the way. Yeah. And we knew Seth was there, so we had to intro.
And I was like, Shaboom? At first I thought you were the other Mark Bell.
Well, he's no longer with us.
He's dead, yeah.
He is, unfortunately.
That's a thing, right? When you mistake someone for someone who's dead. It's never.
Who's the other Mark Bell?
He was in LFO, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's the dead Mark Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, alive.
I am the living Mark Bell, yeah. I know, it sounds really off color, that, doesn't it?
Speaking of dead, Thanksgiving, we were talking about, it's a funny holiday, right?
For me, personally, I've always been a little bit confused why anyone would want to celebrate the wiping out of the indigenous nation. It's always confused me.
It was a genocide.
It was a fucking genocide,
It's true. My grandmother was actually Native American. I remember when I was a kid, I once got in trouble on Columbus Day because they were like, it's Christopher Columbus, da-da-da. And I was like, he didn't discover America. And then there's all this stuff.
Shit.
And then they sent me to the principal's office. I was maybe in like third grade. And then my Native American grandmother came in. And then they're like, like, you can go home for the day. And I was like sick. I think my grandpa took me out to go play video games at the arcade.
Awesome. So did you then start wearing more traditional garb to
No. I was just like, gotcha, bitch.
I love it.
And by the way, we are not colonizers. I am a Salem witch, burnt at the stake.
Excellent. And Bill, and who are you today, Bill?
I am just a hungry, fat person. Always enjoying
We've got some
Thanksgiving.
food here. I'm not hungry. I'm on the shot, so, Hollywood.
I have a funny story about Perry Farrell, actually. Really? And by the way, is it Farrell or Farrell?
It's Farrell. I mean, the Perry Farrell, obviously Peripheral.
Yeah.
That was his punky name. But he gets the name because his elder brother's called Farrell, and his elder brother was his hero.
Okay.
And probably still is his hero, yeah, so that's where it comes from.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, back in 1993, I was visiting San Diego with my grandmother, and I was walking around one of the beaches, Manhattan Beach or the other one, and I was on a pier, and I was like, oh my God, I think that's Perry Farrell. And he was with Pauly Shore.
Oh, fuck.
And I was a big punk kid back then in the 90s in New York. I was a New York hardcore kid listening to punk music. Jane's Addiction obviously was a big influence. So I was like, I'm gonna go up to him and say something. And now...
Never say something.
No, at the time, I was a young kid. I was young.
By the way, people, keep it to yourself.
No. If you're young in high school...
If you're younger, yes. As
an adult, maybe.
You don't have clearance.
I went up to him.
It's
I
true.
gave him, hey, you have been such a huge inspiration. And we ended up walking down the pier together. He asked me about the bands I was into in New York. I told him about Sick of It All, Quicksand, Bad Brains back, and Fugazi. And he was so like generous with his time. And all the while, Pauly Shore was getting mobbed by girls, and like girls asking Perry to take their photo of them with Pauly.
Like you and me.
Yeah. Yes, I think. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's used to it, don't worry.
Yeah. But he was so generous.
He's lovely. He is.
Yeah.
He really is. I have to say, from all of the people that I've ever worked with, he is absolutely incredible. He's such a sweetheart. He's lovely.
So let's talk about you a little bit and talk about the origins of Tech House, 90s, and 90s into the early 2000s in the UK. You know, right now we got this big resurgence. People call it tech house music, all this stuff.
Yeah.
But it was you guys. It was Craig. It was, you know, like Lee Burge. You know, Wiggle. All this stuff that was happening. You know.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think that's so interesting. I think for the audience that we have to really hear about this like time.
Well, it's interesting because, I mean, I came from the northwest of England. I grew up in Blackpool, and Blackpool was...
You gamble there, right?
well, no, because we were never given... Illegally, you can gamble there.
Oh, I thought there was casinos.
No, well, there is, but there's casinos you can't gamble in, which is not really a casino.
How is that
it?
a casino?
I don't know. They just call
How
it a
does that
casino.
work?
Well, you can dance in it and you can drink in it, but you can't gamble in it.
Okay.
So it's just casino in name. Just gives it more of a sort of glamorous... Because Blackpool's kind of this weird hodgepodge of Americana.
Like Jersey.
It is. It is. It's like the south bit's like Miami. The central bit's like I'd say Atlantic City.
Okay.
And you know, it's kind of all of those ideas. And we had this incredible music scene there. About 1973, they stopped. Ian Levine and Colin Curtis, who were two DJs at the Blackpool Mecca, started playing records that were made in 1973, whereby the whole Northern Soul movement was based on people playing older records, you know, going and finding rare
Like
cuts.
Detroit stuff.
Yeah, deep
Motown.
cuts. Yeah, basically deep cuts that weren't Motown
Yeah.
from the US, bringing them over, and that's essentially what rare soul, Northern Soul was. But in '73, they started playing newer stuff, which sort of developed into jazz funk, and then disco, and eventually house music. So.
Talking Loud, all that stuff.
Well, the thing is, we had all of the clubs, the sound systems, and there's a huge gay scene there as well. So they had incredible clubs, incredible sound systems. Flamingo 2000, for example, they had a record store in their nightclub. So I mean, it was there. So when rave blew up at the end of the '80s, we had all the infrastructure there. So everyone from all around the north of England
interesting.
would come there. So it was obviously deep. Connection to club culture. So I grew up around that. So I remember my dad's best mate was a DJ. His understudy, as they call them then, which would be a warm-up DJ now, was Dave Ball, who was the guy from Soft Cell who just passed.
Yeah.
So I knew Dave from being a kid, and when I was at Deconstruction in my 20s, Dave was there with The Grid. So, you know, anyway. But so it was kind of, for me, it was just this natural thing. If you think
It's like me being from Detroit.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
It's in the water. You know,
It's just there. You're naturally just doing the thing. You know, it's like what everyone else is around. Later in history, you're like, holy shit, that was a movement or a thing that happened.
Exactly.
But when you're part of it, like Bill in New York in the in the '90s and everything, it's just like you're just going out and it's just like you're like, hey, this is fun.
Well,
right?
also the punk thing as well was very important because post-punk was really big where I grew up. There were really cool bands that were sort of the factory movement, like Section 25 and God knows how many other bands. I mean, the drummer from Section 25 was the drummer in Shaboom, Lee Shellcross. So, you know, when I was a 13-year-old, I was rehearsing in there. They had a space like this, basically. So the culture was deep there. And... So, for example, say, you know, like a guy called Gerald's Voodoo Ray, that record. I mean, Gerald was a dancer. He was part of that dance culture.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a kind of like a b-boy or?
Well, no, but the more jazz dancer, like there was the Soul Patrol. So they were like more, it was modern, you know, modern soul, electronic soul, and all the sort of jazz routine stuff. So it was really incredible. I mean, it's athletic.
Yeah,
and,
I mean, he's still buff.
Yeah, but it wasn't the b-boy shit. I mean, you know, I couldn't spin on my head. You know, I was already fucking spinning on my head.
You got a bugger?
No, is it?
Oh, okay.
So anyway, if you think of that record, I mean, that's kind of that is a proto tech house record. It's super electronic. You know, it's.
So what's like the definition of tech house, or what you guys would have defined it as? What, like, this terminology must have come up at some point, and I kind of look at today's tech house and what I grew up with tech house and Derek Carter and all these other people. The two don't really.
No.
Derek Carter's tech house?
At some point.
Well, you know what? The thing was the Midwest thing. They had Detroit and Chicago.
Because I feel like it's a mix between Detroit, like techno and house.
And Toronto. Well, that generation.
Yeah,
he was bleepy, wasn't he? He has that bleepy element to
acid.
So you've got the soulful,
sneak everyone,
disco,
you know?
black music.
Yeah.
You know, traditionally idea of what it is with the sort of. You know what I always thought it was kind of it was futurism, but also we were kind of trying to talk to the aliens or something. We were trying to create this whole new sound and language.
100%.
And I really feel that, due to what was going on with the, the new infuse of ideas and chemicals, etc., there was this interesting zeitgeist at the time. And I think, I was a child of the Hacienda, so, I was in M People, which was Mike Pickering's band. Yeah. And that is the altar at which we did pray.
Yeah, I had the Dave Haslam collection. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, Dave was really important. Dave, in hindsight, he's definitely one of the sort of 5 most important people in the story of Manchester for that culture, because he sort of bridged the indie side of things, the factory records thing, but also the club culture side of it. And if you know about the story with New Order, and again, the music was amazing, all of everything that went with it, the stimulants and all the rest of it. But also it was all of the sort of football hooligan nutters, they didn't want to go to gay nights. So you didn't have the kind of the grief and drama of the, you know what I mean? So everyone was going and having a good time.
Yeah.
And that's why the Hacienda was this wonderful place until it wasn't.
Yeah.
And obviously gang violence. And
that was like the mid-90s, end of 90s, no?
Well, it was kind of, 91 was sort of the end of it, to be honest. And then it passed on to Cream and all of these other places, in Shelley's in Stoke and, all of these different spots all over the UK. By that time, it was very high street. But, where I grew up...
Isn't Rich McGuinness behind Cream? Oh, he was part of Cream, right?
Rich is, he was Warehouse Project.
He still is Warehouse Project.
Yeah, he is, but he works for Live Nation now, doesn't he? But he's Yusef's partner, isn't he?
Yeah.
Obviously, Yusef and me are really close, we're really good mates.
Oh, what was Yusef's club in Manchester called?
Liverpool, Circus.
Circus?
That's the name of the club night. Yeah.
Yeah, Rich's Warehouse Project.
Okay.
Hey, Rich, thanks for everything. We love you.
Sorry.
Well, there was a legendary club in Manchester as well before Warehouse Project. That was.
Well, there's the Hacienda was the.
That, of course, but more like in the 2000s.
Thunderdome was a thing. Oh, what was it?
Thunderdome.
I guess I'm thinking of Circus.
Was it? Yeah.
And that was in Liverpool.
Yeah, and Cream obviously sort of. Yeah. They kind of made this sort of corporate clubbing thing, which had really started with the Ministry of Sound, and Ministry was very focused on the New York side of things.
Yeah, with Morales, everybody was there, Frankie.
And Tony Humphries. I mean, I'm on the first release on Ministry of Sound on Tony Humphries' mix CD.
I love Tony.
Yeah, Tony's very special. The GOAT, indeed.
Honestly.
So yeah, I mean, the whole tech house thing it was just our sort of more electronic, futuristic, but definitely had its roots in soul, disco, jazz funk, all of the Latin vibes.
We had a funny conversation the other day because you were saying, because you came to America, and you said 04, 03?
Yeah. Finally
and the big kind of difference between kind of almost a height of UK club culture at that time to then come over here and, your old friends with Doc and all these guys.
Absolutely.
And the American rave story, which many people kind of may not know, and Bill knows very well, the American club story. In the early 2000s, we had all these it was the end of rave, kind of more moving to clubs around the United States. Am I very much correct here in saying? And then I think in the West Coast, which were kind of rave predominant, the scene, and this is when I got in, even Detroit, everything was kind of going down. So you went from this really big kind of culture to then something that was quite shrinking. Or just now America's kind of reopened. How has it been to see that and experience that kind of weird juxtaposition of kind of cultural influence, I guess, or celebration in a way?
It's interesting, isn't it? Because in the night, the big players in it now, they were at it in the early 90s. Obviously the household names of that culture. But for me, it was possibly the worst career move I ever could have made. It's I own possibly one of the coolest fucking labels in the world. I've got everybody, who's anybody coming from the States to work with me in shitty little Blackpool, which I do love Blackpool, come on, I'm being mean.
It is a shithole.
It kind of is a shithole. but
to be fair,
my beautiful shithole.
Sorry, but
no, but it was again it was a very important place.
Michigan is also a shithole. So.
Exactly, but the record collector side of things there was really fucking amazing. So you have all these collector stores. So when the likes of Doc and Sneak had come over, and Onions and Joski, they'd go record shopping and they'd find all of these fucking gems. Like the library thing that's blown up now is a huge thing. I mean, we were rinsing that shit back in the early 90s and the mid 90s and stuff. But yeah, fast forward to when I arrived here in the early 2000s. I mean, it was just kind of, I don't know, I'd sort of out of a marriage that was, become toxic, all of that shit. I moved to New York.
I mean, we know a lot about that.
Yeah, I moved to New York. New York was fucking crazy. I loved New York, but I was like, if I'm here for longer than a year, I'll be dead.
So you were saying that Bill had booked you.
Yeah, Miami.
Yeah, we did Robots with the Robots party, I believe.
And I fell asleep on the fucking beach drunk, which is a very English thing to do. And I burned myself literally to death. And I got these fucking blisters on my back the size of this. And I got to play. I think I had Richie playing, and it was a fucking amazing lineup. And 3.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Hey, Chris.
I was like, I think I'm going to die. So I couldn't make it. I had these 2 women adding all these
Like adhesive, like
everything possible. I've got to play this party.
like third-degree burns.
And I was absolutely at the top. I was apexing at that point because I remember doing a party with the Jungle Brothers and Todd and
Todd Terry.
Gene and all these people were on there, and I was up there.
Ferris.
It's like Jungle Brothers, Blakkat, Todd Terry. I was there. I was there.
Nice.
And this was this dope-ass party. It was so good I couldn't do it, Bill. So I do apologise.
Yeah,
for
I've
not
been waiting for this apology.
It's been. I was gutted. I was so gutted.
I had a bad joke in my mind what I was going to say. It was maybe the beginning of that end for both of you.
And here we are.
Here we are.
With you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it was an interesting time. But coming to LA, it had this real, actual underground scene. It was very illegal. It was a lot of fun. Doing things with Doc was always wonderful. We could do our Black Doctor thing together. Lil and I worked his wife.
Yeah.
We did a lot of records together. It was a beautiful time. Yeah. Oh, I miss her so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a very interesting time. I mean, where we are now, I mean, the party at the weekend with, Doc Sneak, Mark Farina, Austin Larde. If I missed you from that lineup, I'm so sorry, but it was incredible. And, and then Mochak's in town with Beltran, the young kids. It's busy.
Yeah, I mean, dance music is back, right? And
In a big way, yeah.
big way. It's kind of like a full circle moment for all of us, and like this kind of outsider culture now becoming what is now mainstream. I mean, you've got this guy DJ Levi taking his shirt off, people DJing. It's like John said in our other thing, we've reached full spectacle. Peak spectacle. I'm sorry, Bill. Thanks for the
Peak spectacle.
how's your squash?
Good. I'm having a bit of a Close Encounters moment with it.
I shall try.
Yeah. I mean, so you've never been to any Thanksgiving?
No. It's always one of those things. I'm vegan, so I'm fucked.
Yeah.
The whole kind of like big turkey thing and all of that. I'm like,
there's options now. We lived in Berlin for 12 years, and Thanksgiving was just always a chance to just hang out and get
I mean,
fat.
we talked about our great story that one Thanksgiving.
We weren't celebrating any.
Yeah. No, I just like to eat. It's a fat person holiday.
If
truly.
if Seth cooks, it's a good opportunity to cook for
I
your
like
friends
to
and-
eat
yeah.
and I like to cook. I like to, I'm 3 weeks sober. We'll see how it goes.
oh,
but
well done. You look good. You got a nice glow.
Yeah, right. It's working a little bit.
Good, yeah.
But God, just even to look at this glass right now.
You want a drink?
Oh, it's water, but Jesus.
It's got bubbles as well.
Yeah.
Real fucking.
I'm like, sweet taste of taint.
I'll try it for you.
Yeah.
Taste of taint.
That's what my missus says.
That's So, I mean, what other holiday stories do you have? You have since
I
you've
heard you
done.
have a good Christmas one.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah, I do. So, 89, Hacienda's in full swing.
Okay.
Love is in the air. Everyone's feeling it. It was a wonderful time. I have a little after party, like on a Sunday after a Hacienda night out, Christmas party.
Okay.
And it ended up getting fused with an adult party that my mum was having with her sister.
Okay, so how old are you then? Because you're like
20.
20. Okay, so you're like a young adult.
Young
and
adult.
there's like your parents having a party too.
Having a party too, yeah.
Okay.
But we set up a sound system, annexed it to theirs because they had a bar, and we just thought it was some free alcohol and stuff,
yeah.
which you can drink from being 18. So nothing dodgy. So two of my very irresponsible friends, they laced the punch with some extremely strong LSD.
Oh, whoa.
Sounds like someone.
We know a lot about that.
Yeah.
Gels. So I believe what they did was they melted them, and there was a lot, and it went in there, so it was a very potent mix. Now, I didn't know anything about this.
So they dosed your parents.
My parents,
Wow.
my aunties, all their friends.
It's like that movie Climax.
I've never seen that film.
Yeah, Gaspar Noé.
For real. Yeah, no, for real.
That ends in murder, by the way, but I
No, this ended up, because this is this is a happy ending.
Yeah, okay.
Spoiler alert.
I didn't want to steal. My favourite moment of the night is everyone realising that they've been fucking dosed with acid, so they're all.
But they all knew, which
they
is
all
more telling, you know?
That is a good sign, isn't it? Yeah.
They're like, I remember this feeling.
But the thing is, everyone's having
A great time.
afterburn from the previous evening, so
Yeah.
there's the afterglow going on. But then things start to get a little bit more wibbly wobbly for them. Now, I've been told what's going on by this point, where it's about half down, and everyone, including my parents, have been hit. So I'm like, oh fuck! But it was too late by that.
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
So,
It sounds like a bit like my 40th birthday party.
Yes, he dosed us with acid.
No,
Strong acid.
No, that's
real acid, yeah, really.
no,
Strong
not LSD,
seems
because
like
we don't
Troy
condone
seems
such
like-
things, and nor would we know how to get them. However, I heard that had happened in the punch bowl at my party,
Okay.
and maybe had felt some of the effects of.
Yep.
When a lot of people get dosed at the same time by chance, who knows where it comes from? It is an incredible.
It's a good experience.
It's a great
Apparently,
experience.
right?
Apparently,
Everyone I saw in the room were all going, "Your trip, your trip." It was kind of like, but it all seemed to happen at the same time. And
I'm
it was-
curious. I've been sober for a year and a half, and please, people in the comments, I'd love to know: is taking acid on accident still keep me sober in my sober run?
I would say yes.
Yeah, it's the intent, isn't it?
It's the intent.
But also, does acid fall into the category of?
It's like the idea, does poppers fall into non-sobriety?
I would say mushrooms and acid could maybe linger in the.
California sober zone.
Is that what it's called? California
That's
sober.
what we call it. Yeah. It basically means you can do everything except
Coke, pills.
coke, smack, pills,
Yeah.
fentanyl, all the shit you don't really want to do anyway. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
it's not so bad.
It's
And alcohol.
So I'm still sober.
You're still sober.
Okay.
Technically still sober.
Technically, you're still a piece of shit.
I think we
No, we love you. We love you. Thank you, guys.
Thank
We'll see you
you.
next episode for another holiday special. Bye.
Bye.
In true late night fashion, we've got a great plug for a new record Mark's put out. Want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, this is a really, really special record. It's a Ricardo Villalobos remix.
Ricky Ballgame.
Ricky V.
That's
There's a sneak mix on there, and there is a Spatial Awareness mix, who's a hot new producer from London. And this record is, it's quite old. So
yeah. You said it's taken. I mean, anyone who's ever worked with Ricardo, as we have, it's a massaging process to get a mix.
It took 10 years.
Are you shitting me? Because he's like commissioned to do a remix for us, and we're like, can we get it by December?
December
2029, yeah.
30 something.
You get like 30 to 40 minutes, and then you got to cut it, right?
Well, what he'll do is he'll give you 3 20-minute versions, and then you can chop them all down to small versions, and then imagine
put them together.
Well, if you just imagine that you can release each small version every year, it'll work out for the
Yeah.
10 years. You've got 10 years worth of releases. I think he's got a very cunning plan.
He's got a thing where he maybe has the most music of any producer or musician of all time. It's,
Streaming
Thousands.
3.0.
Thousands
That's
of-
his answer to that.
They can turn him into AI.
His Bandcamp purchases.
Really?
I've never
Bonkers.
seen. There's like 50,000.
He's got a Bandcamp?
Yes,
Wow.
I'll give you the.
Yes, share with.
But it's like all the music that. It's not dance music.
No, definitely not.
It's incredible. It's like 50,000 purchases I've never seen.
Wow. Can't imagine.
But looking forward to hearing this. Sneak, Ricardo, Spatial Awareness.
Shaboom, Woman
Shaboom.
Cry, out now. Go check it out, guys.
Where can we get it?
All good record stores, whether that's Phonica, Juno.
any local record provider
Yeah, absolutely.
should have
Groove
this.
DE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check it out. Thank you so much, buddy.
Gorgeous.
You're so welcome.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, brother.
Thank you, man.
Cheers. Thank you.